Welcome to ItzRafiq. In this video I am going to explain about CSS in details. At first we will have to know what is CSS. The full form is Cascade Style Sheet. And who are following my videos and watched the recent videos, they will know what is CSS. CSS is a language which is used to design our web page. CSS or through আমি web page or design control কৰিব পাৰো। আমি যদি ডাইৰেক্টলি HTML or tag through color এইবিলাক চেঞ্জ কৰো তেতিয়াহলে আমি each time লিখি থাকিব লাগিব। লাইক আমি font tag ইউজ কৰিব পাৰো বা paragraphৰ ভিতৰত attribute বা HR ভিতৰত attribute ইউজ কৰিব পাৰো। But we will have to use each time. But by using CSS we can do the same thing in very simpler way. It makes our page more attractive. Like who likes a common black and white web page? If you make it colorful, stylish, everybody will like it. And also it helps to maintain the style of a website. You might notice the shopping portals like Amazon, Flipkart and all. During each festival their design changed. According to the festival they keep colors and the decorations of the things. So do you think they change the whole app? They don't do. They change only the CSS part or only the designing part. So who are designing websites or the web developer, when they want to change the look or appearance of the website, at that time they just change the CSS. We get CSS three types. Inline CSS. Here we can do design part only for a single element. Like suppose what is element? You know, everything between on tag till off tag, it is known as element. Suppose I am starting body tag and inside I have written something and something. After that I have closed body. From starting body till end body it will call as an element. So through element we can do this one. For a single element we can do, means inside whatever element we will write that CSS part, only to that particular element only the CSS will be applied. Internal CSS. Here the code we will write generally in head section and that code will be applied for the whole page. External CSS. This one specially for websites when we have multiple pages. So we will not waste our time by writing multiple times the same things. For that what we will do, whatever style are required that will store in some another file and simply will link to that HTML file. And when we save a external CSS file, we will always have to save with .css extension. As we know that when we save an HTML file we have to always save it in .html format. But when we save an CSS file we will have to save it with .css extension, and after that we will have to link that CSS file to that particular web page inside the head element. Now the format of CSS is like that. At first come the selector. At first selector will be there, after that property, then value, again next property, again value, semicolon and bracket close. Normally a selector are equivalent to element. Like in HTML document we'll have HTML element, head element, body element, title element and more we will have like paragraph element, BR element, HR element. For each element that selector will be the element. Like suppose we want to do decoration for a paragraph, so in place of selector we will write P, and property, these are the equivalent to attributes of a tag. Like I want to change the text color, then we will write body color colon, then the value, what color we want. And you might notice when we write tag and attribute, there we use equal sign. Like I want to make the page color yellow, we write body busy color equal yellow. But in CSS we write colon sign. Here background spelling is wrong, sorry for typo. So we will have to write body, inside bracket we'll write background, days, color, colon, ref. Instead of equal sign we use colon sign. And if we have more properties, like as you know, a tag might have multiple attributes. So even in CSS, a selector might have multiple properties. So to separate the properties, we will use semicolon. If our element has just one property or our selector has just one property, then if we don't give the semicolon, still it will work. But if we have multiple properties, to separate them, we will have to use the semicolon symbol. Now let's have an example of that internal, inline and external CSS. Let's go in VS Code. Here I have one sample page, HTML, head inside title as CSS. As you can see on the browser, at top name is came as CSS, and body, inside body nothing is there. Suppose I am adding one line, I am writing h1 tag. In h1 I am writing applying CSS. So it's appear here. Now it is simple, no color, nothing. The background is white and the text is black. Now I have to apply style only h1 to this h1. Means after that I am using one more h1. Here I am writing inline CSS. So I don't want a style for inline, I want a style only for the first line, applying CSS. What we'll do, after h1 we'll keep a space, there we'll use style attribute. So we'll write style, and within the inverted comma we will write the property of the h1. Suppose I want to change the color of h1, so we will write color is the property, and value we'll give by using colon sign. So we'll give colon and name whatever we want. Suppose I want a green color, so we will write green. Now you'll see that particular h1 tag color is changed into green. So by using inline CSS we can change only one element style. In next line we are using one more h1, but that one h1 style is not changed, because inline CSS is used to change only that particular element's style, and we can have more element. Suppose I want to put underline, then we'll give semicolon and we'll write text days decoration. decoration, and we'll give the value as underline. Now we'll see below the text one underline is also applied, and if we want to make the text little more bigger, we can do this one. We will put a semicolon and we'll give font size, and we can give in pixels, or we can write this large, extra large, medium, or we can also write in pixels. Let it be 30 pixels. It's smaller. If we make it 60, now it is bigger. So this way we can put inline CSS. I hope you have understood what is inline CSS styling for a single element. Now we will go for internal CSS within the web page. Now for doing internal CSS, I will remove the inline part from here, style part. As we are doing internal CSS, so we can write the CSS part either in head section or body section. It does not matter where we write. The first starting tag will be, I am writing in head section only because it is the standard one. Style, type, text, oblique, CSS. That text oblique CSS part, it is not necessary. You can skip if you want. you can directly write style, but for future better you type it. Otherwise when you will go in professional work and if you don't write that particular part, it might give some trouble, so better to add it. So we will put all our CSS style in this block. Now as we have studied here the syntax of CSS, that selector, property 1 value, property 2 value, this format will be applied in internal CSS. In external directly we write inside style. There we do not use selector because we are writing the style on that particular element only, but here we will have to select the element first. Suppose I am doing the style for h1, so I will write h1, then I will put bracket. Inside the bracket we will put the property. I want to change the color of the text into red, so we will write color red. Now you will see the color of the text is changed into red, as you can see here. Earlier when we applied inline CSS, the color was only changed for the first line because we have applied inline CSS, but here wherever I will use h1, their color will change. Suppose I am using one more h1 and here I am writing internal CSS. Now you see this line also came in red color, but what happened if I make it h2? Now as you can see, when I made the third line h2, the color came into black. Now if I want to set the same color to h1 and h2, just we can have this thing. After h1 we'll put a comma and we'll write h2. Now you see the third line also have red color. We can suppose the two elements have same attributes or the same properties, then we can write this way: the element name, comma, after that the properties. Now one more thing, the tag name in HTML document always will write inside brackets, but in CSS element name we write without bracket. That one you will have to remember. We can have multiple properties, like we can put background color also. Background color I am giving as yellow. Now you see at background of the text yellow color is applied, and if I remove h2 from here, the third line will not have any color because I have not selected h2 for the style. And if I want background color for the whole page, that means we will have to select body tag, body element, there we will write background color and we'll put the color name whatever we want. Let it be blue violet. So background color changes into blue violet. This way we can use internal CSS. Now we'll go for external CSS. So we'll cut the internal part now. We will use external, the third one. In external we will have a new file, new text file. So we'll use Ctrl N, select languages CSS, and we will save the document, Ctrl S. I am giving the name is style.css. Now here we will write the selector name. Suppose I am changing the page color, so we'll write body, background color yellow, and text color red. So color red. Now if I come to this page, you will see nothing happens. The color does not get changed because I have not linked this page to my welcome page. I will have to link that particular page, then only the color will be applied. Now if I change the To link the page, we will have to write like this way: link rel. Here we'll write style sheet, and after that we'll write href. In href we'll write the name of the file. If it is stored in the same folder, we'll just write the name, otherwise we'll have to give the particular address, the complete address. As I am saving the file in the same folder, so I will write style.css. After that, bracket closed. Now you see the page color get changed. Now if I go to my style page and if I do some changes here, suppose instead of red I am giving white. Now you see on the page also the color changing into white, and here I am giving background color is black. So background is black, text is white. Now for H1 I am selecting H1, and for here I am taking like a text transform, and I am writing uppercase. So what will happen if I write text uppercase? Everything will be changes into capital letter. Means whatever we have written inside that element, it will change into capital letters. And more values are there. If we use capitalize, only the first character will be capital and remaining will be smaller. And also we can do this one, like we can put color, let it be neon color is not there, lime. So this way we can add external CSS. Now suppose I am creating one more file, HTML file. I already have this file. I am making one more HTML file. There I want to put the same style. So I am taking an language HTML, and here the first line will be doc type HTML, then body, then body close, HTML close, and inside body I am writing H1 page 2. H1. Now my this page I have not saved yet, so I am saving is page 2.html. This is my page 2. But still I am in welcome page. So what we will do in browser, just will rename the file welcome page, will make it page 2. So this is my page 2. If I want to put the same style here, then what we will do, we need the head per. Inside head we will write just one line, link rel style sheet, then href, we will write the name of the style file, that is style.css, and we will close the bracket. So you can see the same style is applied to this page. So this way we save our time. Here we don't have to write that particular CSS styles. The same style code is applied to this page as well as this page also. So this way we can use CSS to decorate our web pages, to manage the design of our web pages. And next we are discussing some probable questions. So let's go to the presentation again. Here are some probable questions. First, some MCQ. It is a type of HTML attribute used in CSS. So the attribute are in CSS called as, it It is a type of HTML attribute. Sorry, it should be option I have not given. It should be property. Okay. Number 2, the type of CSS used to apply unique style to a single HTML element. It will be inline CSS. It is used to control the style of a web. Definitely CSS. CSS can be added in HTML document in 3 ways. Some more questions. What is CSS? Why we use CSS? Explain different type of CSS. Write the format of CSS. Difference between internal and external. This one you will write like internal CSS. It is used to define the style of a particular web page, and this one external for many web pages. Internal, then you can give the syntax of that particular CSS commands. I have already given the notes in some other video. You can search and go through that video. Then what is a property in CSS? Property are also known. Property are similar to attributes in HTML. Like HTML attribute and property, they are similar. You can see in book, it's nicely given there. From there you can learn what is selector in CSS. Name the content written inside the declaration in CSS. It will be property and value. Which symbol is used to separate the declarations? It is semicolon. How external CSS is added to an HTML document? External CSS is linked to an HTML document inside the head tag, and that particular line you can write that link rel style sheet, then href style.css. So these are some probable questions which may come from CSS part from your chapter 2 part 1. I hope you have understood. If you still have any confusion, you can write in comment section. And also you can join my Telegram group. There normally I interact with my students. Sometime I fulfill some request. Thank you for watching. See you in a new video. Till then, take care and bye.